Right, what's up and welcome to the channel. My name is Heckshot and thank you for joining us for our full review on the Walther PDP, Performance Duty Pistol, brand new from Walther. Somebody, I guess, leaked some information. The Walther was dropped before it was supposed to drop and we kind of fell behind on our schedule, but now we are getting around to it, and plus this pistol is still very new, so we're not too far behind here. But in our unboxing, we showed some of the features, some of the things that they did with this gun, and then of course, you know, what it comes with out of the box. Today we're going to finish that review, show you some range footage, and our overall opinion on the Walther PDP. Let's get through the specs here really quick. Overall length of 7.5 inches. You have a width of 1.3 inches. I'll show you a comparison here in a second. Height of 5.4 inches, barrel length of 4 inches. So basically you have your compact, which is 4 inches, you have a full-size version, and then you have another version. I believe it has like full-size capacity with maybe a shorter barrel or, you know, something like that. I opted for the compact. I like this overall size the best. And then we're at 24.4 ounces with an unloaded mag. Let's bring in the trusty Glock 19 and see what it looks like next to that, because if it's too much bigger than that, then I don't think it would be relevant, but it's not. So check this out. We have 1.3 inches, and it's pretty dang close to the Glock, probably a little bit wider than the Glock in the slide for sure, but overall I think they're probably pretty close there. It's a little bit longer than the Glock, that you can tell right there. And then if we look at just the like slide to slide, this is really hard with the optic on top, so I can't lay them on their slides and show you, but there's not too much of a difference. You can see what I'm looking at here. It's negligible in the difference in the grip height and all of that, which is a really good thing. Of course, there is an MOS version of the Glock that I could compare it to as well, but size-wise, they're the same. So there you go. It's about the size of a Glock 19, okay? With some really aggressive features, starting with the super terrain slide serrations, which these are awesome. They look great and they work. Get it, super terrain. It will work in any terrain, because what they did, instead of providing like a traditional cut in the slide, they raised these serrations up off the slide, so you're going to get positive traction on those pretty much wherever you pull the pistol. No matter if your hands are sweating or you're in cold environment or whatever the case may be, you're going to get traction on these things. So I think that's pretty great. 1913 style rail, squared off trigger guard, looks very PPQ-ish, but they did some better things, I think, over the PPQ, and one of those being this grip area right here. So with the original PPQ, which I don't have one, but it's very close to the PPS M2 version, you know, you have these little squigglies and it's not too aggressive at all. They went full aggressive on this grip. Now, I don't think that it's any more aggressive than like a P365 or an M2.0 Smith & Wesson or anything like that, but it's really interesting because you have all these little circles, right? It's like this honeycomb style, and then you have almost like a Mercedes-Benz emblem in each one of the circles there that's kind of raised up off of that, and it really feels awesome in the hand, gives you really good traction there, and just a nice purchase. So I really do like that they did that. And then of course you have your ambidextrous magazine release that is reversible, and it's serrated there, of course, and an ambidextrous slide stop or release as well. The takedown levers are pretty much the same, and then this one came with two 15-round magazines, all right, straight from Walther, and I appreciate them sending this gun to us so we could review it for you guys. And then of course you do have a little spot right back here. You could put a lanyard if you wanted to, and then there's multiple backstrap options that I showed y'all in the unboxing video. Cool proof marks and stuff from Germany. And of course it's going to come with a standard set of sights, which are adjustable. Of course we ran the HS507C Holosun on top. They provide the first plate to you at no charge, Walther does, okay? So I'm running the Trijicon plate on there, and as you can see, the Holosun fits perfectly, okay? So that's pretty much it as far as features and size comparison. They did a nice undercut right here, but again, it's very PPQ-ish in that way. So you have kind of this flat area up under the trigger there, so you can get your hand high up. Now this gun is going to ride a little bit higher in the hand. It has a higher bore axis. I used to say that means nothing to me. You're going to see with this gun, it will give you more muzzle rise, but I kind of just stick beside the fact that it's not so much that I'm like, oh, screw this gun, it sucks. It really, when I say it doesn't mean anything to me, it's not that I don't notice a difference compared to others where the bore axis is lower and it sits lower in your hand. It's not something I look at like, oh, this gun is terrible. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so it does ride a little bit higher in your hand, sits a little bit further up, but I honestly think this is a sexy pistol. It looks amazing, and I love the compact, and yeah, just everything that they did here. You got the performance duty pistol with the performance duty serrations and the performance duty trigger that I'm going to show you after the shooting part of the review. So let's get to the range. Let me show you the action out there, and then when we get back, me and Mrs. Headshot will tell you what we like and what we didn't about the Walther PDP. Stay tuned.
Am I hitting? I can't even hear it.
Guy up for me.
Now I'm going to zoom in on the gun for some detail, okay? Go ahead.
Oh.
Am I hitting?
Yeah.
I can't even hear it.
All right, so as y'all can see, the gun performed flawlessly, which is really awesome. And I was really surprised by that Red Army ammo, that steel case stuff that we were using. It was actually super accurate, by the way. But besides from that, the gun was accurate. We were about 10 to 12 yards away from the target. We never moved any closer and we never moved any farther out. So I think it did a pretty dang decent job. I had the PPQ in the back of my head while I was shooting this gun, and we're gonna talk a little bit more about that here in a minute, but I do want to show you the trigger, and I do want to mention too the modularity behind this pistol. So basically any slide will fit any frame in the lineup, but they said even if it's not a factory offering. So you can design the PDP to fit your needs straight from Walther's website. I don't know what will come from that, custom slides and custom whatever. Hey, it sounds pretty cool. So they definitely made this a modular design. The one thing I want to show you before I show you the trigger is the breakdown here really quick. Super easy to do that. Cheat back on the slide, pull these down, you can pull the trigger, and this is going to come off just like that. You do have a single captive recoil or a guide rod, which is polymer, by the way, if that means anything to you. And then there's your barrel right there. Striker block, all of that good stuff. We've seen this stuff 100 times. And your rails right here, super quality, what you would expect from Walther, I think. But it is cool that they made the whole thing modular, so you're not just stuck with this if you want to change it down the road. How many people actually use that feature? I don't know many, but you know, hey, it's there and it's pretty cool nonetheless. All right, so let's go ahead and put this back together, then we'll show you the actual trigger here, okay? Because what made the PPQ so amazing was the trigger. It was a striker fired gun with like a single action 1911 style, not style, but weight and feel of the trigger, okay? So performance duty trigger, is it better? We're about to find out. So you do have the blade right there in the middle, of course. You get to the wall. Little bit of creep in the trigger and it breaks. Super predictable. Reset. And then it breaks again. So I don't know if it's better, but it definitely ain't worse, I don't think. I don't really know that it's better though. The PPQ is already really, really good. 4 pounds, 4 ounces. Sometimes with these curved triggers, I get kind of false readings, so let's try it again. 4 pounds, 9 ounces, so a sub 5 pound trigger out of a striker fired gun. I'm not complaining about it. I don't think it has to be much better than the PPQ, although they have to differentiate this one from the PPQ. I think that the trigger is equally as good as the PPQ. I don't know that it's that much better, but it's still pretty awesome nonetheless. So let's flip the camera around. Me and Mrs. Headshot will tell you what we like, what we don't like, pros and cons on the Walther PDP, and we will end this video out. Right, so let's talk about what we liked and what we didn't like about the Walther PDP. I will let Mrs. Headshot start us off here.
So the Walther PDP, I really like this gun a lot. So, you know, the serrations are really good. The grip is really great. It has a really good way of keeping the gun gripped to your hands. The only thing that I didn't like was, and I even said it while we were shooting, I think, and while we were recording, the gun felt larger to me in a sense, like the recoil, the muzzle rise, something about it just felt much larger when I was shooting it. Like it felt like a 45 in my opinion. That's the only thing I didn't like. It didn't feel like a 9. And normally for me, like the larger size guns, they're way easier to shoot in recoil's perspective. And this one was not like that for me.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I was alluding to whenever I was talking about the muzzle rise and how that, or the bore axis being a little bit higher, because you are going to see some more muzzle rise. Miss Headshot said that, and I was like, no, it's a 9. I think we even played that, or we'll play it for you right now.
Why does this feel like a 45?
So you get the idea. I'm like, no, it's a 9, and you know, from what I see, yeah, there is a little bit more muzzle rise. Okay, so that's just something you're gonna have to deal with. I didn't think it was so much as like, oh man, this feels like a 45, but there was muzzle rise to it. I mean, there's muzzle rise to every gun. Don't get me wrong. It's not like, you know, there's no gun that's not gonna have any muzzle rise to it, but there was some more significant muzzle rise with this one. So it was kind of interesting, but I still think, you know, it shot amazing. I really like the grip texturing. I think they nailed that. and the super terrain serrations. This is really cool, man. It makes it give like a custom look, but it's usable, it's functional. It's not just something they put on there. And then the trigger, like I said, I don't think it's too much better than the PPQ. I would not go out on a limb and say that. I would say it's as good as the PPQ, no doubt. One thing I really want to see from Walther that I would be like super stoked about is like a 10 round like PPS M3 or something like that. That would really excite me. Or even a rifle would be really cool from Walther. But you know, these guys make awesome pistols. There's no doubt about it. I don't know that it like, and I'll be honest here, I don't know that it like blew us away like, oh my God, this is the best pistol ever. Best pistol ever. It didn't. I mean, but it was good. You know, it's like a upgraded PPQ. You know, that's kind of,
yeah.
You know, just keeping it real, dog. What do you think?
Yeah.
So
it's a good gun. It's a good size. It shoots well. You're accurate with it. It's reliable. It has a reliable, you know, manufacturer, and that's all that matters.
Right.
It's a good gun.
It's German made. That's pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I like it. Like I said, it just wasn't like the best thing ever. But like I said, it does come with some really cool features, some upgraded features. If you don't, let's say you have a PPQ, should you trade your PPQ in and go buy one of these? You know, if you want to run an optic, then yeah, for sure. If you don't want to run an optic, I don't think there's any significant enough benefit to say, yes, absolutely. If you don't have a PPQ and you just want to get into the Walther pistol game, then absolutely go with this one. It's a no-brainer. It has all those great features, plus you can run an optic and all of that good stuff. So they did a nice job here. I just would like to see, to me personally with Walther, because I love Walther, but I'd like to see something totally different. A rifle, or, you know, even the PPS M2, as great as this gun is and as great as this carry gun is, this thing needs an update, something bad. I would love to see that. So there you go. There's our opinion in all its glory. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. And as always, hold them down.